Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline live in the BPTV studios. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine, and we got a great show. I got a little bit of bad news. Smoking Jim's been in a hospital for a week. He had open heart surgery, and he's doing well. So he's going to be up walking around and getting through. And Chip Hayner got stuck on the job again with his company. Couldn't make it back in time, so we got a substitute. You all know him. Ernie Kushner's here. K-State professional basketball player. Converse shoe salesman. You got it all. He's even brought in a bag of some stuff to show later on. But I got some promos we got to do first. So I just wanted to introduce Ernie here. Thanks for coming in.
Glad I could be here.
Hope you enjoyed the Olive Oil's Pizzeria. And the hoagie. But leave that hoagie alone.
Oh, man. Let me tell you, the pizza.
Call 412-831-1900. Tell them Al Levine, the talking machine, told you to call and get a pizza. Well, I know Ernie enjoyed it. We'll save another slice for you after the next break. And then charitable organization, Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. Poor kid got diagnosed with DIPG. Didn't make it to his 9th birthday. Check it out. Go online. Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. Donate $1. They got a night at the races coming up. I'll talk about that in a minute or two. Got another charitable organization called the Bethel Park Historic Society. Check them out. Go online. Donate as little as $1. It's a schoolhouse right there on South Park Road. It has the trolley right outside that they refurbished there. So check it out. They're doing a lot of great things there and a lot of good stuff happening there. Last night I found out Keonta Irving, a big fan of ours, a boxer, is rated number 2 in the country, has to fight 5 fights. I think it's Louisiana to be a national Gold Gloves champion. So check that out. Then another boxing guy we got is Morgan Fitch, Big Chief. I've seen him fight. He's fighting on ESPN2. I forget what day that is. Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. We got him out there, so check that on ESPN2. And then June 24th, we got Rivers Rumble. We got guests coming, Angelo Magnone of Mad Men Productions. He'll be on our show on location. We'll talk about that at Campides Pizzeria right behind Sheets next Monday. And then Dave Cable did a nice little thing with a little volunteer promo calling me Uncle Al wants you. I want you for BPTV. We got Devin Shea in the control room. Ethan's with us eating pizza and working on the sound. You could be behind the scenes when we do our shows here. It'd be great to have you here. Check it out. Go to BPTV and become a volunteer. Then I got another thing, Bethel Park Community Foundation. I'm a trustee on there. There's money for you from $100 to $5,000 for your group with the good things you're doing in Bethel Park. Check it out. Last but not least, night at the races on May the 12th. Sign up. All the money's 100%. You can write it off. It's a 501c3, the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. They're donating the money to try to find cures for DIPG. It'll be night at the races, $10 for a horse. Check it out. There's 10 horses each race. You could win $40 in a race. They got prizes, baskets, you name it. It's at the community center right here in Bethel Park. Mark your calendars, May 12th. That's coming up. And we're going to do What's on Your Mind. We're going to start right now. Smoking Jim, I know you miss his What's on Your Mind. I wish I had him call in, but he's not talking yet, so we'll have to wait. We got Ernie Kushner here. Big Ernie.
What's on my mind?
What's on your mind? Can you tell the folks?
Sure. Well, the month of April has been a lot of...
We're in May now, so you left that behind.
I left that behind, but what's on my mind is what's coming off of April into May and into the future is that I was at the Final Four in Phoenix, and I was there for business and meeting coaches and players, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, you're well known.
Hey,
they need you there.
I don't tell them how long ago I played because they'll think that they used.
Well, dinosaurs just crawled out of the mud then.
They had a basketball, the ones with the lace in it, and buckle belts.
Didn't you have a basket that was on a pole, a peach basket?
It's hard for me to even remember.
All right. What happened with this Final Four stuff?
Anyways,
what'd you see and do?
I was at the Final Four, and I'm there to work with this company called Be the Beast. It's a recruiting company that's new, and they came out with a new app, and they've been around for a couple years. So what I spent all the weekends in April doing after the Final Four was going to basketball, AAU, if you want to call it.
We got to call it something.
Well, it's club teams. We'll say AAU. Basketball teams from age 14 to 19, and these kids come in and play, and it's what they call the live period, meaning that college coaches can watch them play. And so I registered in one weekend. We registered like 3,000 kids that came in to play in this tournament.
You registered 3,000?
3 as in 300.
Did you film any of that?
I have some film of yes.
Well, I know you're a film
guy. But I don't.
I
see this. So they play all these games. There's brackets. They're guaranteed 3 games, and then college coaches come in.
Drop some names of college coaches that were there.
Boeheim from Michigan, Huggins from West Virginia. Let's say coach from Pitt, and Duquesne coaches were there, and coaches from Kansas State were there.
Your alma mater.
They send out their assistants all these events that are going on, and they get to watch these kids. And what we did was he developed an app, this person, Mike Mahoney, and basically the kids register, the coaches come in and register, and the parents are on there so that it's all together now. So a college coach can get everything. He can just tap on his phone looking for, I need a 5'10" guard to 6
Pulls it right up.
Pulls everything up, what schedule, where they're playing and everything. Before, these coaches are going through these pamphlets and looking at this big board.
Right.
Now it's all like there.
It's all digitized.
So you digitize, have their profiles and everything, and the kids can upload videos. So that's what I've been doing. And
boy, you've been keeping busy, and you had the rotator cuff surgery.
Well, I'm coming. I can lift my arm. I can lift my arm up now. Now I'm back to refereeing football. I can do field goals.
Touchdown.
Yep.
Touchdown.
Or a field goal, whatever.
Yeah, that's a field goal.
I was doing, what do they call this?
First down?
No, this was that other game that's over in Australia.
I don't know.
But now I can do this, so I'm back. So that was on my mind. And now I come back, and the Penguins are cranking it out.
Yeah, we're going to talk about them later on.
Yep, got a chance to start getting back into them and the Pirates.
We'll talk about that later. We got segments for
Steelers,
them.
and I brought some old memorabilia stuff that I found in my man cave that I've held on to. So
I look forward to that. Well, thanks for that insight on what's on your mind. I appreciate it. Thanks for taking the phone call.
Yeah.
When Chip said he couldn't make it, you were my go-to guy, and you made it.
Well, I read about on Facebook what you had put out on jumping, smoking, and I just felt bad. I thought, and when I saw you call and it came up, I went.
Well, we did talk about smoking Jim Frazier. He's improving. He's going to be on a diet, special diet. Has to change his eating. He won't be eating the pizza here with us.
And Chip's out running around somewhere.
Chip's spraying lawns.
So I'm glad I could be here. In fact, to get here, I had to get off at the South Point exit.
You're kidding. You got to go past us to get here.
Well, I wanted to be here on time. So I had to go that way and snake through. I was on a dirt road, too. There's a dirt road. Han Road? There's actually a dirt road in this town.
Wow.
Well, it's you could tell it had a little gravel on it. But
I'm going to have to check my GPS.
I will. I'll show you where it is because I had to go 5 miles an hour because I didn't want to ruin my struts. Okay.
I'm honored that you could make it.
I came.
This is what happens with the loyalty with what's on your mind right here.
Yeah.
I forgot what's on my mind. Well, I'm praying for smoking Jim Frazier. That's the first thing on my mind. My best friend and brother from another mother. Hard to believe it caught up to him, and he's doing better. I didn't talk to him in a couple days, but he's been in that hospital since the Sunday before. So I'm not sure when he'll be back on the show, but who knows? He's improving. So appreciate all your concerns and prayers. People on Facebook really put it out there. Speaking of Facebook, we got 6,418 likes. So we had a dozen or more people just like our page recently. Keep pumping that. You know, I like the social media. You're going to watch us. You're watching us on Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area. Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park. You're watching us. We appreciate all you loyal fans and all your feedback and input and telling me you watch us at different times. I appreciate that. We've been doing the show 5 years now, so it really means a lot that you keep watching us and supporting us. And you check us out when we do boxing, and we'll talk about On Location in the next segment. But this is what I have on my mind is I got to talk Penguins because I predicted they'd win back-to-back. Last year when they won the Stanley Cup, I liked their style of play. And the couple years before that, I was talking about a power shortage. Well, they've been the best scoring team in the season, in the playoffs. There's no more power outage. We have it. We suffered a little problem yesterday with Sidney Crosby getting illegally hit. I don't care what they say. They did put a penalty there. Niskanen should have been fined and suspended. They looked the other way. Ovechkin slashed him and hit him in the head.
He did say he didn't mean it.
Well, they all do. The jails are they're full of people that didn't commit a crime.
Right.
Right? So they don't want to do the time. But that's upsetting me. And then last night, to show you how they score goals, Ernie, they come back in 58 seconds, scored two goals to tie it up.
Yeah, wow.
And then they got another penalty and lost on a, penalty play.
So you have a prediction for Game 4?
I don't know. I'm at wit's end on this one.
Crosby's
Put it like this. I predicted the Penguins would beat the Capitals in 6 games. I predicted they're gonna come back, and do back-to-back. It's unheard of, but they're going to be back-to-back champions just with the style and the young guys that play in and pick up for all the injuries that we've had.
It'd be good.
So that's where I've been. Want to tell the people again, that's what's on my mind. Is we'll talk Penguins a little later, a little bit more in depth, but that's on my mind, and we're going to go to a commercial right now. Welcome back to our On Location with Al Levine, the talking machine. Last night we were at Hollywood Lanes. We had so many guests it was unbelievable. Devin Shea on camera had to keep me straight with the time. I'll just tell you, we had a young girl, Ashley Yankello of the Yankello boxing family, 9 years old. She's a singer. I've heard her sing the national anthem. I told her dad she got to sing the national anthem. Hollywood Lanes, she killed it with the national anthem. Just unbelievable. Yeah. So I hope when that comes out on tape tomorrow on TV, you can check it out. But Ashley Yankello. Then we had the Legends Football League, newest ladies women's football team, the Pittsburgh Rebellion. It's a mouthful to say it. We had the head coach and defensive coach, and then 3 of their players. Now they have scanty uniforms, and we showed it with the poster. I don't have a poster. They kept them at Hollywood Lanes. But 3 beautiful players come on to the show. Had some great information. They play May 6th at Highmark Stadium. That's this Saturday. They're playing their first home game. Check it out. And just a great group of people. Then I had this Obama Academy. Monique McCoy's the coach. Dap Porter's the coach. They've only won 4 championships in a row, Ernie.
State champs?
Yeah, they're just unbelievable.
That's right. The girls, Darrell's daughter
basketball
played.
Team, Michaela.
The
whole team showed up.
Wow.
Even the water girls didn't want to be on TV.
Really?
And I said, what do you mean you won't be on TV? This is Hollywood Lanes. We're doing the show. She goes, I don't play basketball. I'm the manager. I said, you're part of this winning team. Oh,
yeah. Without her,
you got to come up here.
If she doesn't decide to bring the uniforms, they're not playing.
I know. They don't get out there.
They don't. She's ruined.
That's how close it was. But I interviewed every one of them. There were about a dozen of them.
Wow.
We have photos I posted up, 20 photos. Great group photo. Yeah, thanks to Monique McCoy. Then one thing that Smokin' Jim doesn't like is the community of Penn Hills. Well, she was on a championship team in Penn Hills back in the day, and they inducted her into the Penn Hills Hall of Fame for basketball.
Great.
So Monique McCoy, we got to talk about that without Smokin' Jim interrupting us with Gateway. By the way, Smokin' Jim, when you watch this, get better soon. We've got that seat. Ernie's got the seat tonight.
It's a big, I can't even fit in this seat. It's so big to fill.
Whoa, well, he's lost weight.
Well, no, I don't mean that way. I mean, you know, just as in
honor of him.
In honor of him. I mean.
Well, he's legendary.
Well, you know, he may not even be a legend anymore. He might be an icon. He might have just become an icon.
Oh, let me look at my phone. I see icons. I don't see him.
You will now.
I'm looking for that icon. But we're on location next week. We're in a new location called Campides Pizzeria. They're right behind Sheetz Service Station on 88. Check them out. We'll be there 7:30 to 8:30 next Monday. I got a great list of guests. It'll be a great show. We got a half a dozen guests. We're going to have some fun. That Angelo Magnone with Mad Men Productions that's doing the boxing on June 24th at the Rivers Casino. He'll be there talking about it. So we're going to have some fun. Nice. And we got Frank Velasquez from AGH that's at Cool Springs. He's going to talk to us about the baseball classic. He was the trainer for the championship team.
Oh.
He got asked to be there. Jim Leland's his buddy. They asked him to be on the team. He was on the championship team. Wait till you hear him tell stories. He talks better than I do and more than I do. And he's about baseball, so we'll have some fun there. Plus, we'll talk a little bit about Cool Springs, how you got to get up there. It's a 174,000 square foot building, Ernie. They have a regulation FIFA soccer field, basketball courts in there.
Wow.
And they're open all the time. They got weight rooms, training rooms. They got rehab facilities. You could work that shoulder up there with AHN up there, so check it out. He works in that area. So next Monday night, Campides Pizzeria in Bethel Park. We still like the Campides in Dormont. That's what I grew up on. But the pizza's the same. If you get a takeout pizza, they put it in a brown paper bag. So check that out. Well, that's my on-location report, and we're looking for another location or two in Bethel Park, so I'll be going around checking out some bars and restaurants there. So thank you for watching us and supporting us in our locations. Ernie brought in a bag.
Yeah,
he may need help with this, but
well, here.
I'll grab one end, and we'll show you. Look, it's a Pirates duffel bag.
This is
I can't even imagine what's in here. I'm going to let Ernie take over now.
This was I'll put it back down, but this was the travel bags that the Pirates used to use when they went on the road. I worked with the Pirates through Converse, the shoe company, having athletes in the shoes, and I stored stuff away, and I put in here, and so I found some interesting.
I can't wait to see what you find, because you know I like your stuff.
I gotta, some of this is probably the craziest thing is
newspapers. That's what I used to work for,
this is the
Pittsburgh Press and Post-Gazette.
I mean, it's hard to see, but this is the Pittsburgh Press. And
I worked for them.
Were you working in February 3rd, 1957?
I was 1 year old.
Well, this is 1 year old, and they had a...
No, I was 1 year old.
I mean... something I've got to put all this stuff, and then make it nice so it lasts at least another 30 years.
Oh,
and then this is
what do you got?
It's time for Super Bowl.
What year is that?
This is 80. This is when
I was
January
working there.
This is when they put. This is who the rosters and everything.
I was working that year.
So maybe. Did you write this article?
No. I might have handled that paper before it went out to the drivers.
Yeah, and then
we tied them up in bundles.
Something along.
What do you got
line.
there?
This is.
Wow.
So just this here. That's pretty much it. And then also over the years.
Thanks for digging deep.
I mean, I got some pennants. So I went to I was involved in the World Series or in the All-Star games, in the World Series and the.
I'm glad you kept this stuff.
Oh, I mean, go to eBay and no, just kidding.
This man cave you got's loaded with stuff.
I got two of these. Yeah.
You got a special deal here on that?
I might, you know. Just some
Moving
crazy.
around here, Steelers?
Yeah, I'm a Chicago Bulls.
Little Bulls.
And then here I have the
What
Pistons.
do you got there?
This is the bad boys from the Pistons. Now, they signed, some of them signed it. I used to work with them. I took care of them with their shoes, some of the players, like Isaiah Thomas with Converse, John Long, Mark Aguirre, and Bill Lambier was some of them.
Wow.
And my brother was with the Oakland A's, and I also helped with them, Jose Canseco.
You got that steroid user on there,
Oh,
Jose Canseco.
My brother talked to him, who, you know, it was a bullpen coach with him. He talked to him the other day. He just said, I made a mistake. I made mistakes. He said,
did he?
My brother goes, you did? No.
He got a revelation.
There's some NBA. Oh, and then, of course.
What do you got there?
This is some NBA stuff, you know. This is, I don't know if it's that word.
Cavs,
that's good doing stuff. Now.
Yeah.
Also, oh my gosh. I found my phone.
You want to talk?
Hello?
Call Smoking Jim.
Yeah. There's, and then.
What else do you got?
I got player shoes. These are actual Converse shoes that Tony Pena wore back in the day.
Get on. Great catcher for the Buccos.
Got a Madlock shoes. This is
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
Weren't you in his wedding?
Yeah. Oh, he was in my wedding.
All right. Just trying to clarify.
Yeah.
That.
Well. What else I got in here?
Show him that A's hat.
Oh.
Your brother was wearing that.
You need some money? I got one of these.
I have that for my paper route.
Yeah.
I had a paper route.
I have all this stuff. This is just the beginning. And then here's what.
I'm glad you could bring your junk in tonight.
Oh, here we go. Here's a actual turf shoe that they used to wear in football. The bottom of that that's
wow. Got nice tread.
You wear that now, you'd kill. You know, you can't wear it on the turf now too
Tear
much.
it up.
No, this just doesn't work. And then here's a story. I have my brother. He was coach of the Oakland A's, and somehow he lost his hat.
And
it was number 5. Well, what happened was a friend of mine went on eBay and found it, got it for $10. He gave it to me. It's number 5. That was his number.
Got his hat. Fits you perfectly.
Yeah. And here you go. You'd like this stuff here. What is?
I don't even know what you have in this bag.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's like me neither. Here, to some degree.
You got more shoes.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple more players. But I kept all their shoes. These will be worth something one day. Or if I ever need shoes.
Maybe next week.
How about, well, it depends.
Maybe next week
and then
on eBay.
I saved.
Wow. Here, let me see.
Here, there you go. I got
Bob
Chip.
Gibson.
I was hoping Chip. If Chip was here, he'd go crazy over this, wouldn't he? 1969.
Yeah, just
Look
pass him over.
Willie Mays. The players voted Willie Mays. The story. 10,000. Here you go. There's some. These are all dated 1969.
This is awesome.
Tom Seaver. Oh, remember him? Jerry Kuzman.
Yeah,
This
some
is
of my
baseball
favorite.
70 yearbook. So.
You got some great stuff.
Sport World. Bob Gibson, Denny McClain, Juan Marichal.
What a pitcher Bob Gibson was.
Just some, here we go again, baseball, complete roundup of all 24 teams. The advertising in here is awesome, though, some of the stuff that you can.
Converse, maybe.
It might be. Oh, how about Harmon Killebrew, huh?
Yeah.
And
Twins. What else you got?
We got, Will Richie Allen destroy the Cardinals? You know, this is
Dick Allen.
Dick Allen, there you go. And then now I even found I had a basketball one. This is complete sports. Walt Frazier, Player of the Year. Lou Alcindor, Everything They Said and More. Well, you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is who he is now. That's a picture of Walt Frazier on there.
Wow.
And here we go. Here's some. You guys, everyone might know who this is. He wore number.
Put it up there.
21 for the Pirates. Roberto Clemente.
Arriba.
Oh, this was 50 cents I paid. This was only 50 cents.
We're spending some big money on these.
Oh, a lot of money. Just
even Oscar Robertson's mentioned in this.
Yep. And then we got
this is great stuff.
Johnny Bench,
Frank Robinson.
Go through more Gibson.
Hall of Famers.
It was Mickey Lolich, Denny McClain, and Bob Gibson were the studs back then.
Wow, 30-game winner.
And then I pull out 1967, December 18th, The Promise and Perils of Transplant Surgery.
You were ahead of your time. Whoa, what do you got there?
Oh, I got Jane Fonda and Barbarella. 1967, Newsweek was 50 cents. That's when, remember her?
Yeah, I remember.
And how about this guy here, huh? What's it say? Pete Rose, the man who sparks the Reds.
The greatest hitter that will not be in the Hall of Fame.
And pretty much, here you go.
What else do you got?
I got a couple other things here. Because I worked with the Pirates back then, I had 81, but 1990, geez, this is too
27
new.
years.
This is with Jim Leland as the coach, and he had the Converse shoes on, as you can see, because his shoes are in the bag there.
I like that.
So,
you know what? I met him.
Good guy.
When he got the job to go to the Marlins, he was actually at the Meadows racetrack where I was at. His brother-in-law owned horses in the stable, the Snyder stable, and they told me, "Do you want to meet Jimmy Leland?" And I said, yeah, I'm here. Why not? We're sitting talking, watching the races. They go, "He loves the horses."
Oh,
so I go, "You're kidding me." And this story, I've told this story many times. Matter of fact, I just told it this past week, so I'm going to tell it again.
Go ahead. I'd love to hear it. I didn't hear it last week.
Well, it wasn't on the show. It was off the record with somebody else. So I said, "Yeah, I meet Jimmy Leland. How you doing?" Little small talk. He goes, and they go, "Yeah, he's an owner of horses." And his eyes lit up, and he goes, "Oh, you own race horses?" I go, "Yeah, we have a couple here, like 5 horses racing." He goes, "Oh, I love the horses." He goes, "Who do you like in this race?" So I tell him at the time, I said, "Here, I like this horse." He's looking at his tickets, and he didn't like to tell anybody anything. He goes, "Hey, I got that horse too."
Oh, wow.
I like that horse.
That's a good one.
He was watching the screen, going to this screen, going to that. And Roger Houston, who's been on our show a couple times, the announcer, he's announcing the races, and he announced that they go off. Leland goes out to the track to see the horses take off, comes around, he comes back inside, and we're rooting the horse in, and the horse won that we both picked.
Oh, wow.
So I had a new friend.
You
Jimmy
guys
Leland.
were bonded.
And I go, "Hey,
he's a good man.
Good luck in Miami." He goes, "Oh, thanks." He goes, "Who do you like in the next race?"
Oh, here we go.
So we're buddies on the horse races. And that's a true story. Happened 20-some years ago when he went to Miami. He left the next morning
Really?
to go to Miami. Yeah, he went on a flight. He was scheduled to go. But he was at the racetrack the night before and got to meet the talking machine before he was the talking machine, talking about racing.
He probably still talks about you when he tells his story.
He moved on, definitely.
He moved on?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Ernie. We're going to go to a commercial.
Yeah, fine.
And then we're going to come back to Penguin Talk.
Ooh, okay. Sounds good to me.
Get your mind ready for Penguins. Hey, thanks for not changing that dial. Chief, hope you had your dessert. Hope Jimmy Mack Sr. is watching us on Verizon and all the rest of you out there. Lucy, I said hi to you at Aldi's the other day. Thanks for watching our show. Appreciate it. And anybody else I forgot, we appreciate all the likes and the watching of the TV show and talking about Pittsburgh Sportsline. Well, last year I predicted, Ernie, after the Cup, I liked their style, like the young guys that mixed with the old guys, and their power outage was gone. And they're scoring goals this year. Look at Malkin's leading the playoffs with 11 points or something.
Right.
Maybe 12, I don't know. Last night they come back, down 2 goals. In the last couple minutes, they scored 2 more, forced overtime. Then they lost, but, you know, that's going to happen. They're playing a good team. It looks like Washington's as fast as we are, and they're big and they're strong. So it's only a matter of time, and their goaltender got yanked and played out of his mind.
He did play out of his mind,
So
I would say.
Did you see the game at all last night?
Yes, I did. I watched most of it. But I've been traveling all week. I fell asleep in overtime And so when I woke up at 3 in the morning, I went on my phone right away to see what happened. I went,
And you saw they lost. Oh, man, you went back to sleep crying.
You know, the old thing, home ice, that doesn't really mean anything, does it?
The goals are what matters.
That's right.
I go by how many goals
Whoever
they score.
wins, doesn't matter where
they
they're
won
playing.
the first 2 games in Washington, which I thought a split would be great.
Yeah. So well, maybe
they lost one here.
You know.
I think we can come back. It's a shame Crosby's concussed. I don't know how bad of a concussion because he has a history where he's missed like 94 games due to concussions.
That's not good.
You know, which is terrible, and he recovered nicely from it last year. But to get concussed like that, just a blatant hit him with a stick in the head. You know
what the replay, you saw it so many times too with the replay.
I'm sick of it.
I'm sick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy.
And then he limped. I mean, he kind of fell.
He looked dazed a little bit. They said he was. They said he was positive today. He was at practice today, and Connor Sheary, he's concussed. He's going to miss. He was on the ice today, but he's not going to play tomorrow night. I don't think. He's concussed.
Well, it's time for the other guys to step it up. You know, that's what usually happens. Guys that always say, hey, I wish I could do this. I should get more money. Well, let's go. Show it now. Let's go.
They have been. I'll give you a little secret. The Penguins have been.
Look
at Letang's out. You know, guys stepped up. They've been spreading the defense around so precise. Nobody's doing over 25 minutes, but they're all about the same 22 to 24 minutes, and they're playing great defense.
They are. Plus they know how to win. That's what's key. They had that, winning.
They get one more goal at the end. That's all I care about.
Yeah, just so
that's all I'm looking at. I don't care about the stats except the final line.
Right.
One more, and Fleury's looked like a wall at times.
Oh,
he's helped them get to this series so far, and it's just amazing that they didn't trade him. It's a blessing that we have 2 number 1 goaltenders here. Murray, it's a mystery. He got hurt, lower body injury, not even skating. So he probably pulled that groin out. He ripped the groin. Who knows in the warm-ups. So it's a shocker. You know that playing as an athlete, you had to stretch it out and being a shoe guy.
I know some guys that have pulled hamstrings getting out of a car.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything personal?
Some 7-footer got out of a Volkswagen, couldn't get out. He
shouldn't have been in that.
Well, that's what happens, these guys.
I'm sure you got plenty of those stories with all your experience in the shoe business.
I do have some stories, but
a hammy tear.
Yeah, I have to
I'm waiting for your book to come out. I've been pumping you up ever since I met you. I forget when I met you, but it was at a Facebook thing. Maybe it was around last year at this time.
It was November of 2014. 15. Because
How do you know that? You met the talking machine. We got in trouble for talking, folks.
Well, because I had my camera with me and I recorded some of the crowd on Facebook, and then that lady behind us said, "Shh, guys, I'm trying to listen." And we took.
That was the most boring.
It was. We took our conversation outside.
Yeah. And we become friends after that.
It was awesome.
Now I find you're a sports guy. You can actually be on our show. You're filling big shoes right now.
I'll tell you, it's tough. I'm honored.
Smoking Jim is legendary. Maybe even an icon. We heard in the last segment.
Smoking Jim, when you watch this, I just want to let you know, tried to do the best I could for you, buddy. Wish you good health.
He appreciates that. He'll give you a hug when he sees you there.
Hope so.
Definitely. We'll have to get you back on a show when he's here.
Maybe I'll go on the road with him to some of the boxing things you guys do.
I don't know if you can keep up with all the sweeties that he has. He has sweeties for Jimmy.
Oh, jeez. He does.
He's just prolific. We were talking about that last night.
So the Penguins, they go back after this. Go back to Washington.
Yeah.
Now during the regular season, they were right behind them. So on the road, I mean, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter now. I think they even play a little better on the road. The Penguins.
So.
I like their style. I like Sullivan as a coach. I drank plenty of their Kool-Aid, so I'm all in with the Penguins. I'm predicting they win, so somehow we got to come back and win this thing.
Well, I'll tell you. Plus,
we lost our momentum because of last night,
Yeah, well, momentum constantly changes, so,
Well, you played sports, you know how that is. It's fleeting at times.
Well, one of the things about hockey that was always a problem was how do you, well, they didn't have the money a lot up front because how do you advertise? There's no timeouts.
Right.
I think they've taken...
Well, now they have some timeouts.
Yeah. That they used to never have timeouts, and so we can't be on TV because they're going to ruin our game. Then they realized...
Plus, the Canadians like to fight. The Americans, we're not fighting anymore. We don't like the fights.
The fight, like go to, a fight and a hockey game breaks out or whatever. It's amazing how they can still fight, but it's...
And they're worried about concussions.
Ooh.
Whoa, I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Ooh, no. Yes, there's some attorney jumping.
Good luck, Sid.
Good luck,
Connor
Sid.
Sheary.
Gosh, I hope
they're both
so.
concussed. No, it's a shame there. I know you've been busy, but you used to follow the Buccos a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I still do. I follow baseball. I was, in fact, my brother is with the White Sox now. He helps...
What's he do there?
He works with the young pitchers. He's 71, but he'll travel on the road with them. And he came up to Cleveland here, and so how lucky I was that Cleveland just happened to be playing Chicago opening day. So
got to see it.
Got tickets. Took my old high school buddies with us, and we had a good time. It was pretty awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I got to see. I almost got tribe fever.
Get on.
Being from Akron, I had it.
I understand that. I feel bad for you.
Well, they never won when I was younger, I mean,
you had to leave town.
I had to leave town to come to Pittsburgh where they win championships. That's amazing about Pittsburgh is because the city is happy. Penguins are doing well. Yeah. Steelers do well. Pirates have done well.
79's the last time.
Yeah, but I mean...
I hate to go back. That's your winning era with the Converse there.
Yeah, but we could go talk about the Browns and being in Cleveland, and that's...
I can't talk about the Browns. I feel sorry for everybody.
I mean, it's like then the Cavs win and the Indians did well. So
yeah, LeBron brought the championship home.
He did, and if you guys try now, there we go. Speaking of, we were talking hockey. Now you got the NBA.
A little basketball.
Well,
there.
When the hockey game was on, I will say that I was flipping back and forth watching the Cavs play Toronto.
You're an avid sports fan.
I had to watch a little bit of everything, keep up with it, especially with the. Working with young kids today, and they all want to play in the NBA, or they all want to, make it as a professional. Chances are really slim.
It's very slim.
It's what they do. But so I'm out there now seeing tomorrow's pros, potential stars, or guys.
That keeps you young. That's why it's keeping you young in the game. I like what you do.
It's keeping me young, that's for sure. I mean, you just, and then I can, you can help kids. I let them understand what they got to do.
Well, you can try to explain things to them, whether they listen or it sinks in. That's
what's amazing is that we have thousands of kids coming in to register for this event. They're coming in, they got to go in, and they got to. Everyone, get your phones out. And I'm thinking, all these kids,
And you did it.
Did it, and I'm like, come on in, and so now everything is on there. But now, there was an issue with kids, remember, with backpacks, with their backs. Now there's neck problems. Anyway.
Well, there's only about 1,000 NBA players, so their chance of getting in are slim.
Well, and then you got your European players that come over. Just like in hockey, you got your foreigners that play. In basketball, you've got a lot of guys from overseas.
Yeah, Europe.
If you notice the 7-footers, they can all shoot threes. That's because when they're learning the game over there, they don't
see Dirk Nowitzki.
They don't make them play the post. Put them in with their back to the basket. They're on the wing. Give me the ball at 7 foot. That's why you see all these guys now shooting the ball. You have to change the game a little bit, but
it's changed.
It has.
It definitely
it's a much faster game and
a little different style. They can walk with the ball, run with the ball.
I was watching I have some old highlights of when I played on a DVD that was transformed from from filmed VHS to DVD.
Wow, a trifecta.
And it's a little blurry, but there's no three-point line, so it's really strange to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. What would Pete Maravich have done?
Average 60.
No hesitation.
I mean, there was a guy that was just,
he could play.
His dad's driving down the street and he's bouncing the ball at the side. He wasn't going real fast, but
right. Just imagine.
He was actually dribbling the ball.
No, I know. My dad knew his dad because my
that's
dad
right,
refereed basketball, refereed games.
Up in Ambridge.
Yeah.
Did he tee him up or did he do anything?
No, he didn't put a tee on him. He just let him play.
Let him play.
But he would give a little tee to some of those guys, those coaches. No, he gave a little
Oh,
T.
he did that.
Yeah,
he did
a
that.
little T if they were being a problem. And then he'd give the big T.
Wow.
You know, with it. So, yeah, I saw him referee a lot of basketball games, City League championships, out in the suburbs. We went to Turkey Foot, Pennsylvania, saw teams play out there. Turkey Foot. Go look at that on your map.
Wow.
Pull your GPS and your dirt
And there
roads.
was 2 officials on the game, not 3
yeah,
then, right?
Only 2.
So
My dad would run with the kids.
He ran the floor. He had to run the floor.
Yeah.
And he had good mechanics, I bet.
Oh.
You know, I was coaching, and I'd say the refs.
My dad would study that book, and coaches would call him. I'd have to say, hey, Dad, somebody wants to talk to you on the phone. We need the bathroom. I had 3 sisters and myself and a mother.
Oh, wow.
One bathroom. He'd be in there reading a book, and they'd consult him on it. He was like an expert on it. He knew the rules in and out, inside and out.
Well, there's been...
that helped create me as a sports fan.
Yeah, that's good to know that he knew the rules.
There's that Couples Stadium.
Yeah.
Well, George Couples used to call the house to tell my dad what City League games he would have. I'd say, hold on, Mr. Couples, I'll get my dad.
Oh, wow.
So it's crazy to know people
So
like
when was
that.
his last year of actually refereeing?
Like
in the
82. He refereed from like 59 to 82. He saw a lot of basketball players who went to the NBA and other colleges. He had a list of people. He started listing all these players, legendary players in this area.
Oh, yeah.
He saw them all.
Wow.
Yeah, just fantastic life. We'd run into people. I go, who's that? He goes, I don't know. His memory wasn't good with names, but he could tell you stories in basketball games like you couldn't believe.
But one thing he could do is if he was around a lot of coaches, he didn't have to remember names. Say, hey, Coach.
Oh,
Hey, Coach.
Hey, buddy.
That's what they do at the Final Four in the lobby when they're all there. It's, hey, Coach.
And they all look around and say,
yeah,
hi.
you don't have to worry about it, you know.
No, he wasn't
That's
that slick.
Refereeing is hard. I've done it.
I got a good memory for
but
names.
nothing like that. I mean, nothing. I didn't do high school, college, and referee.
He did as young as grade school. Did girls basketball games, high school.
So he had.
He had quite the resume.
Parents that would scream and holler and like anything, you know.
It wasn't as bad back then.
No, because there wasn't all the TV showing everyone making $1 million, so kids think he ruined my career. Oh, he could have won the NBA.
I think he made $12 a game refereeing, $6. I had his book. I have his book somewhere, and I'd see.
His ledger.
$6 for this game, $12 for that. 25 for traveling out to Turkey Foot, PA. He'd have to travel an hour and a half. Crazy stuff. But yeah, I saw basketball. You know, I didn't play it because who wants your dad as a referee at your games, right? I played football and baseball.
And now they have instant replay, which they can use, but it's tough being a referee. That is one of the hardest things. Everyone says, I used to ref just on the youth stuff, and I got to the point where I carried an extra jersey, referee jersey, in my bag and a whistle.
Yeah.
So if people were getting upset, I'd go over and go, hold it. You know what, I'm not very good, am I? I go, you stink. You're terrible. I go, we'll tell you what I'm going to do. You probably could do better. You're better I could. I go, well, here, what are you, large? You look like an extra large. I got one of them, too. They go, oh, okay. And his wife would say, honey, stop. Yeah. But your dad, that was tough. I mean, all the stuff that
He did it. He had kangaroo leather basketball shoes.
Kangaroo leather, yes.
And you being a shoe guy, you can respect
I remember
that.
those official shoes. It might have been a spot built, had one with a little circle in the back.
Yeah,
with a wedge sole.
He had the kangaroo leather shoes. He sweat so much during the game. They were soaked. The leather was soaked. His shirt was soaked. He soaked all the way through. He ran up and down the court. And he'd come home and it'd just be unbelievable. And he'd take me, he'd go, come on, you're coming with me tonight. I'm like 8, 9 years old, 10 years old.
But you got to eat. That was the good part, right? You got to go out to eat.
Afterwards, I went to more bars. They're drinking beers. And
you're eating French fries.
Hot dogs, hamburgers.
I used to go bowling. My dad would go bowling. I wanted to go with him. He'd say, come with me. I go, okay, because I knew I was going to eat.
Sure. Definitely. No, those were the days. They'd bring the kids along. My dad would go, hey, take care of my kid here. We walk into a bar. There's 3, 4 referees and coaches there. They're all sitting there talking about games and this and that.
In fact,
they'd set me up with sandwiches, pizza, you name it.
In fact, I used to. They still do that. You know, these guys would meet in Wexford at the
Eaton Park.
Eaton Park, the ale house.
Oh,
So
get
come on
out.
up. Yeah, they'd be all the road talking about the game. You know,
And everybody tell everybody how great they were.
In fact, at this tournament, I was at all these basketball games. There was 600 teams at one tournament. There was 400 at another, and there's games like 102, 400, all kinds of games going on.
That's thousands of
30,
games.
30 courts. I mean, they're all next to each other.
Wow.
And I see referees in the parking lot, and I saw one as made me think of it. I went, you know that call you made? The guy, I go, I'm just kidding. You know, he's laughing. I said, anyone yell at you today? He goes,
Yeah, it got worse. My dad had best friends that were coaches, but they'd go at it during a game on how they saw a call.
Yeah.
Many a time.
That's
Definitely,
tough.
I remember that.
Well, look at replay shows. Replay shows that it's so hard.
Different angles.
And then people are going to say, how did you miss that? Happens like that.
Happens in split seconds.
You know.
Then he'd call 3 seconds on the guys hanging around there.
Hanging in the lane.
Oh, he was good on that.
Yeah,
he used to yell it out. He had a big, bold voice. He was only... He told me he was 5'9". He was like 5'7", 5'6". I found it on his
oh really?
His
but to you,
draft card.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But you thought of him as being like 6'10", though. I mean, he was your father.
Well, then I was as tall as him when I was 12 years old. I said, Dad, how old are you? I mean, how tall are you? I found that secret out.
Well, when did you start wearing his shoes? How old were you when you were seeing?
I never did. They stunk too much.
Did you? That's funny.
Yeah, but I passed them up when I was about 12. So
12?
I could look to him. He'd say he's 5'9", 5'10". And I'm like, wow. He was like 5'6".
Giant of a man, though. Giant of a man.
Yeah.
What did he do as a
He worked in a newspaper, in a production department.
Oh, okay. That's how you ended up.
I ended up getting in there because they let sons get in. I was going to go to college and be an architectural engineer, and 6 months after I turned 18...
What happened? You decided to...
They said, here, we got a union card for you if you come in. 1975.
Wow.
So those were good.
You were making big money. You were making big money.
That was good money back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a long career there.
Wow.
Left it. It'll be 6 years ago that I've left. It'll be 7 years this year that I left it.
So now you're...
Now I'm the talking machine.
You're
talking
the
to Ernie Kushner.
Machine.
Sharing basketball stories.
What happened to ESPN? They let off all these people, I guess, you know?
Guess who they need? Right here.
Right here. Right. We could, if you're out there, ESPN, we're ready to go.
We
just say what's on our mind.
We'll step it up a little bit. We'll even give you opinions.
Wow.
We'll give you our opinions there. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed the show with Ernie Kushner. We got about 6 minutes. We're going to open this up. We didn't talk Pirates, did we? I didn't think we mentioned Buccos.
We didn't get a chance to talk to Pirates.
Pitching's been good. Bullpen's been good. Defense has been bad. Hitting has been terrible. They've been hitting like 213 below the Mendoza line. And Marte got caught with steroids that they used in the 50s.
Yeah.
What'd you give him, the old-time steroids they caught him with? 80 games he got to miss. It's crazy.
That hurts. That hurts. That really hurts.
Well, Kung got another DUI.
When?
Last year.
Oh, that one, yeah.
He's not out of Korea. They won't let him out of South Korea.
Right, yeah.
I think he got a problem there.
Here's a guy all that money, and then all of a sudden he messes up like that. That's unbelievable. But
no, it's terrible.
It's still early. It's still early. You know, I had a conversation with my brother who's with the White Sox. Talked to him. I always ask him a lot of questions. And you know, last year the White Sox, like, they started out great.
Yeah,
teams start out great. He says, but you'll see a hitter if he happened to be that the White Sox started out great because everybody was hitting 300 and something. But he goes, at the end of the year,
averages come down to normal.
It comes back to normal, just that everybody was hitting.
It always goes back to the mean.
You're right.
They go, the average goes
Isn't
to
that
the
amazing?
mean.
Yeah. Guys.
Like McCutchen had a bad year.
Yeah.
You know, and this year he's, played decent at times. Yeah. His defense has gotten worse. Dropping balls and different things.
Yeah,
from right field, now he's back in center field.
That happened and can really disrupt a team when something like what happened to Marte with all that stuff.
Well, he was a good player.
Well, that
great
and
athlete.
you just need that extra. You need someone, that guy, a go-to guy like he was.
Well, as we talk openly about sports, everybody's looking for an edge, and some people work hard and then they work hard and want to take drugs, steroids to help them heal up. A lot of people that take the steroids are trying to heal from injuries.
Right.
A lot are trying to make performance-enhancing things.
You know, a lot of them aren't educated on. I think they educate them and they talk to them, but I don't think they.
They don't care. They reach a point. Here, I'm going to make a decision when I'm 50 years old. I'm going to have cancer and heart problems. You know what? I'm 25 years old. I'm nothing. I'm invincible.
That. Yeah.
You've seen it in sports. You see it today.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of players.
These kids think they can get away with anything.
Well, they can't. But everything.
Yeah, but how do they find out? They try it.
They try it. Yeah. There's too many people out there trying to make money off these kids and get them to do things that they shouldn't, do. But and with social media and everything, it's all kind of changed as we go into that world of that whole change. Like this phone, the phone is actually...
We got the smartphone here. I'll communicate. Forget about it.
Well, the smartphone is the television of, like what happened with television. This is how new it is, and it became the radio. So it's everything.
It's a combo.
It's a combo.
Yeah, definitely.
But
we both use it. We need it. Look, you use it to get here.
Without that, I would... Well, even though I did get on a little bit of a dirt road...
I still can't believe it's dirt.
Well, it's dirt
gravel.
Dirt gravel, because when I hit I slowed down and a couple cars started to come behind.
I wonder you were 3 minutes later and you said.
I pulled over and said, "Go on by me," because
Well, Ernie Kushner, I'm glad you made it to the show.
I am too.
I appreciate the bag that you brought in with pirate stuff and more.
Yep, maybe I'll hook up my rotary phone when I get home.
Now you can plug that in. You got to get a new wire. Got to get the long cord there to go.
Well, yeah, so I can hide in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just hang in there.
Have some privacy.
Definitely.
Wow.
You can give me a call on that. We'll talk.
But the food you bring is awesome.
Olive Oil's Pizzeria, great sponsor of Pittsburgh Sportsline.
It's great stuff.
We appreciate it. We're going to another great pizza place, Campides Pizza, next week. They have a pizza that's been around over 50 years.
50 years.
Don Campides, a Bethel Park resident. He watches the show once in a while. We got the Derby coming up. I don't know who's in the Derby this year, but American Pharaoh was another good horse there last year, Triple Crown winner. This year we're maybe looking for a new Triple Crown winner with the Derby starts on Saturday. Wow. So check it out.
I was just in Louisville, Kentucky this last weekend. I missed it. I saw signs of, promoting the...
They got the horse race. Definitely. It's huge. What an event that is. Did you ever go to a Derby?
No, I've never been to a Derby.
Get out.
Have you?
No.
Oh, hey.
I've been to plenty of horse races. I've been to Derby Day and mint juleps at the Meadows.
You're there and the race is over in what?
Less than 2 minutes.
2 minutes. But the anticipation of the event is always greater than the event itself.
Plus the effort people put in. I used to own horses. You got to train them. They go out every day and they work.
And they eat while
jog,
you sleep.
They eat. Well, not all the time. Nah, not all the time. They sleep too.
Standing up?
Yeah. Some standing up, some sleeping.
I have to talk to you about horses. I'd like to know more about
We'll have another time to talk about horses.
That would be great.
At the Meadows. I had a nice run
then
there.
we'll go to the Derby maybe.
All right, that's this Saturday. You have to move
Well, not this
schedule.
year. Maybe we'll go.
All right, next year we can make a date
maybe.
for that.
It's not that far.
Got something to look forward to.
It's been great being here, though. Thank you for.
Well, thanks for coming out, going on that dirt road. I appreciate that. Thanks to Devin Shea, Ethan. Thanks to Dave Cable for letting us do this show for 5 years. We appreciate the director of BPTV, and I always end the show with "Stay Joey Strong."